What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lost Talks podcast. This is episode number 35, I do believe. How's everyone
35.
doing?
I'm all right, bro.
Dope.
All right. What is this? 35? Kevin Durant, right? Am I crazy?
But
I haven't watched basketball in so long.
It's coming
I
back,
was literally
man.
thinking the same thing. I'm like, yo, wait, no, but he's 7 now though. So
Oh, true facts.
and have you seen the playoff bracket that they potentially could have? It would just be 16, the top 16 teams.
No, get into that, please, because I was just about to ask if you guys heard any updates, because I knew they were talking about kind of setting up some type of situation where it's no fans and they have like some type of weird thing going on. So yeah, pull up some information.
Pull
on
up
that,
the bracket here, yeah.
Kind of excited. Did you hear about how this is about sports, but Miami Dolphins, they want to do like a drive-in like game. So like
That's
people
wild.
watch the game in person from their cars.
That is wild, bro.
Yeah, so I don't know. Miami Dolphins is trying to do that. I don't know if other franchises or other teams are trying to do that.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys seen the thing where they're saying basically the same idea, but they're doing it with concerts and festivals and shit like that. So you can have like a drive-in festival or something like that, almost like the drive-in movies. You know what I mean? I wonder what kind of type of vibe that's going to be on.
I've seen that. Yeah, you can never have as many people, but
yeah.
And
I feel like that still kind of spreads it, but we don't need to get into spreading. But I feel like it's still kind of unsafe. But at the same time, it's not too bad. At least you're in your car. But think about it. You're probably in your car with a few other people that you don't live with and it's breaking some type of rule. But
as I go outside, every day I see more and more people.
Yeah, definitely.
To not care as much.
For sure.
I see less people wearing masks. I see more people outside. I see more people in large groups.
I haven't really worn a mask. I haven't needed to really. Mainly because I've mostly been home. Only time I really go out is I'm stopping off at like Walmart or something just to grab some food. But mostly I haven't had to wear a mask. I have been seeing a lot more people out. That same day that whole Trinity Bellwoods Park fiasco was going on, I felt just like everybody else. Like I wanted just to be outside and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And me trying to be socially responsible. I was like, fuck it. Me and my girl, we just drove around the city because I'm like, I haven't seen downtown. I don't know what's going on anywhere anymore. So we like drove around, and when we were on our way back, we're passing by fucking Woodbine Beach, packed to the brim.
Really?
To the brim, bro.
Holy.
It was traffic. They shut off part of the road. So where is it? I think it was right at, is it Carlaw? I think it was Carlaw, all the way up to like Queen was just shut down for people to have extra space to move around at the beach. Packed.
No one cares anymore.
We were driving by and I'm like, you guys are fucking sick.
Like, I don't know if there's, I believe there's still a threat. People still need to be doing this. Yeah. Social distance.
It's simply all it is. It's just be responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be a little bit
100%.
responsible. I get it. Yeah, we're a bit more lax. You could totally be lax. You know what I mean? I want to be outside. I want to go back and do certain things too. But just, be kind of responsible a little bit at least. You can't be hanging out with mans, especially with the Trinity Bellwoods thing. Like, if that was me and I wanted to go to the park, and I understand a bunch of those people don't have houses. They live in like condos or apartments and whatnot. But if I pulled up to the park and I saw it was packed, I'm leaving. Simple.
I would not pull up. Like,
exactly. But
none
of my business.
I'll be very surprised if our numbers don't go up in the next week. If they don't and they're still the same, then we might be going in the right direction then, because we've proven maybe it doesn't spread as much at the moment.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like again, I'm not no scientist or anything like that, but
I
feel like the numbers have been kind of, if not normal, a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think we are making some good progress, and it's just about making sure we continue to be socially responsible so that we can go back to normal, because situations like this, even though, it's totally lax, maybe nobody fucking got it at the park. It's literally just about an off chance somebody walks in that might have it, might have just picked it up from a convenience store or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just out here trying to be a good person.
Yeah.
But
updates on the ball.
Yeah, ball. Let's get back to that.
I was gonna share my screen, but I don't have, you have to enable that.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I can just run through it. So it would just be the top 16 teams. It wouldn't be divided by conference. So 1 versus 16 would be the Bucks versus the Magic. 2 versus 15 would be the Lakers versus Nets, which would be crazy if Kyrie and KD came back.
That'd be wild.
In the first round, that's fucking crazy.
That'd be crazy.
8 versus 9, Heat versus Thunder. 7 versus 10, Jazz versus Rockets, which is pretty, like, they're not that great right now, but like they would be facing either the Lakers or the Nets in the second round, which is pretty sick too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you have Clippers versus Mavericks, which is a pretty crazy matchup. Celtics versus 76ers again for some reason in the first round. It'd be Raptors versus Grizzlies, which that'd be fun. And then we would face Denver or Indiana, which again, like, that's fine too. That's an easy trip to face. We'd have to face the Lakers in the conference.
Yo, that's a conference finals right there.
Easy then. Okay.
That's a conference finals.
That's sick. That sounds good. It sounds like some good matchup. Some stuff that people have been wanting to see. You know what I mean? And just get to. So that sounds fair. Sounds fun.
Yeah. Hockey is pretty much. I think they're on their way. Like, they're gonna be either in Disney World or Vegas, or just Disney World or something. But I think they set their shit up. They got 24 teams and they're going.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I might start watching, because.
Yeah, man. Disney, nigga. What the fuck? See Mickey Mouse fucking snapping, bro. That'd be crazy. That's good. I appreciate that, as we start to try and make this normal, we're trying to, they're figuring out ways to make this work,
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice that, like, I mean, usually Florida's a shithole, but they're good with their testing because they want to be like the center of entertainment during this time, so that they really, they got their testing on point. And I don't know how good it is, but like they're probably, I think, going to be testing more people than they have to if they want to be putting on these like productions like sports, and I think they want to do like films and shit. So
that's sick, yo. That's sick. That is sick.
We need it. Like, it's something, like, I mean, like, if it's possible, like, if all you need to do is test the people, and then it's like, it's fine, right?
Mm-hmm. There's a fat moth beside me.
Jamal, you were outside, sir.
Yes, I'm outside today. Peep the moon in the top corner.
It's a nice night.
For the YouTube viewers, hey, that's my shot. That's my frame right now.
That's a beautiful blue, by the way. Then
yeah, this is a spectacular blue.
Yeah. That's a nice night, man.
Yeah,
looking nice.
It's a great night. Yeah, I'm just outside today. Decided to change the scenery for 2 reasons. Just kind of bored inside the house, and I wanted to come outside, be able to enjoy my own little area for a little bit, even though the neighbors are outside and whatnot. But and also my cousin. I live with a bunch of people. My cousin's having a panic attack about his flower that he planted. I'm not with it today, so I'm just in here. I mean, out here.
I'm not asking.
So yeah, it's a normal day here, and just trying to adjust as much as I can. As you can hear, kind of, maybe in the back.
Got a couple
of the neighbors out.
Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. What are you guys drinking? Are you guys drinking?
Yeah, I saw I saw a crafty, if I'm not mistaken. Like, yeah.
Story about this too. Story about this too.
We'll get into that.
This is not what I wanted to drink. I wanted the new one. I don't know if it's new, but the sour, the lemon sour.
The sour diesel, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to 2 LCBOs in my area. Nothing.
Not working out. As per usual, LCBO and Lost Craft just.
I swear, it's just actually the one by your place, Kevin, had no Lost Craft at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think you gotta go to Lost Craft because they're delivering still. So you just gotta hit up that, because we went to the
facts
to their office or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta look, because you can find out which LCBO has which in stock.
Yeah, you gotta cop that mango, bro.
I'm just gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
The mango, I haven't had that.
I didn't even know there was a mango stone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sipping on the Ray.
Yep, same one.
I've been touching the Ray a little bit throughout the week, just trying to warm up for today. So today I'm going in hard. I'm not just drinking that straight because I'm not crazy. So I got a little AHA sparkling water, peach and honey.
Is that good?
It's not bad.
I seen it in Shoppers or something. I was like, yo, it's those things that you've never seen before, but you're like, yo, I don't know, it could be hard. Like the
It's
brand stuff.
and this is not a diss at all, but in a time like this, and I keep saying it's such a hard time, but it's not. And it's such a tough time that we're in right now. This flavor, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of shisha. So, and it could be like your regular ass, whatever flavor you get. I don't know. But you know that little aftertaste that you get with shisha, which is like kind of sweet, kind of peachy?
Yeah.
This is what it is. But it's really refreshing. So it's not bad. It's pretty good. Like, it's familiar. It's nostalgic. Lots of nostalgic. And it's lit.
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 Hey, lit. We have 3 minutes left, by the way.
All right, let's just cut
Let's
it.
cut it here.
And we're back. Lost and Talks podcast.
It's kind of silent. That's time today, yo. It's good, yo.
Huh?
We felt so. We were like, yo, we're freestyling this. Yo.
Yeah, I was ready to freestyle it, and you just ended it with silence. Yo.
Yo,
Anyways, okay.
No, we got topics. Yo.
Yeah.
we were talking about this off the new Christopher Nolan movie trailer.
Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt. This is me freestyling still, just to keep things going. Yo, Kevin. This man has the riser air.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy
It's
snaps.
on sale still, so I was like, yo, fuck it, bro.
Wait, show that?
Sick. It's
the older version, but
Say a word.
Yeah, that's the same one I have, bro.
Yeah.
That's the exact same one I have, bro. That shit hits. Anyways. Yeah, Christopher Nolan, new movie trailer, Tenet. Was that the same movie that we kind of saw previously? I swear it was another space movie he was doing.
No.
Or was there just another space movie? Maybe I'm just tripping balls.
A trailer for Tenet came out last year.
Was it? Okay.
It wasn't even a trailer, it was a teaser.
Okay, so maybe I'm thinking about this.
Didn't really tell you much. It just showed a bunch of random scenes that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Now this one, it's putting a bit more sense to what the movie may be about, while still being kind of, secretive. We know it's about time travel of some sort.
Yeah. Or I want to say not time travel, but the power to rewind.
Yeah, it has something to do with you're affecting time in some way,
whether
you're traveling it or actually like rewinding it, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm
parched.
Which is, as you guys have seen Inception, right?
Oh, of course, lovely movie.
Yeah. What Nolan did with that concept, dreams, then, time, the concept of time, Christopher Nolan, put those two together. I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty sick.
It should be lit.
Yeah. We'll see though.
Yeah, I just rewatched Memento like a couple months ago. Actually, it was great movie.
I still haven't seen that.
Really? Wow.
I'm a big ass Christopher Nolan
Zach's
fan.
gonna snap.
But you know what? Like the second time I watched it, the first time you watch it, it's like crazy because you're trying to piece the story together. But then the second time you watch it, when you know everything, you're like, oh, okay, like
yeah, all makes sense.
It's not as mind fucky, But the
first
time, you're like,
you know how fucked I am. The other day, my mom and my girl were trying to find something to watch, and I said, "Yeah, watch Memento, yo." And I went downstairs and did something else. Like I'm fucked. Like I'm sick.
Yeah, you're like, nah.
I just wasn't in the mood at the moment.
Some movies just don't interest you, Like,
no, but that's the thing. It interests me. I really want to see it. It's just there's a time, There's that moment I want to have where I sit down with the movie and I could just absorb it, and I just feel like right now is not that time. I've been able to do it sometimes, but no, I'm gonna try it probably one of my late nights. I like to watch a movie as long as it's not 10:30 yet. I'll watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's 10:30, I'm like, now I'm going into chill zone or extra creative zone, so I don't want to mess that up. So if I can get a movie in before 10:30, at least start it before 10:30, then I'm cool. I'm blessed. We'll see. I'm hopefully gonna be watching Memento soon. I have the Blu-ray. Zach gave it to me like 5 years ago.
Is that when you said creative? I was just curious. Is that when you get your creative
juices?
juices or
Yeah.
spurts or?
Yeah, I usually get them
It's a good
during
question. I
the
don't think
night.
we ever.
Yeah, we
had-
haven't talked about that,
Yeah.
have we?
Yeah.
Good one, Ian. See, hey, good job, buddy. Yeah, I usually get extra creative, or have all my ideas and stuff like that come to me about past, I want to say 11, 12. Like the other day, like you know how I was working on the treatment for that client for the project we have coming up, hopefully.
Mhm.
Basically, I was stuck on that story because she wanted a narrative in the music video, right? So I was kind of stuck on the story and coming up with it. I went off of a lot of her ideas and whatnot when first coming up with it, but you know, and this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. So this kind of segues into our next topic as well, that we can go into that I wrote recently. But I'm not really into the whole skits and stuff in between your music videos. I'm not a big fan of
Same.
it. I haven't really done it. So
If you watch our reactions, if you watch our reactions, you'll know we criticize skits a lot.
Yeah, exactly. We're not really into them. Sometimes, you know, you get a good one, like the Majid Jordan and Khalid music video. I can't remember the song name obviously right now. Do you? I can't remember.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Just keep going.
Fuck it. That was a good skit, for example. But anyways, I have never done it before. I usually don't because I don't want to. I don't like it. It's not my thing. But client asks for it. Sometimes you just gotta do it. And I was like, you know what? Why not try it? So I had no ideas. And I swear to God, I came outside because I was like, fuck, I need to think. And I smoked a spliff. And then I was just leaning on my mom's car. And I was like, and this is like 2:30 a.m. I'm like, I got it. So I just started typing. Typing on my phone. I got it. I broke down the whole story outline. I went inside. I typed out every little other thing that I needed for it just so I could explain it properly.
It was like literally like one of those light bulbs in your head moments.
Yeah.
Like, you ever get those? I get those too sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I'm like, if I don't write this down in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to forget. I need to do this right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what because I was like, you know what? At first when I got the ideas, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go inside and I'll write it after. But I was like, no, this is one of those moments you need to capture. So I just went for it. I just started typing like crazy on my phone, and then I got everything figured out that night, which was great. I ended up going to bed at like 5 a.m. just because I was just putting in work because I was just a bit more inspired, and I was kind of feeling everything a lot more. But yeah, I have noticed I usually hit my creativity, nighttime thing, even recording at Kevin's house, nighttime thing. Nighttime is lit. Sometimes during the day I get a little 1-2, but mostly nighttime. Late. What about you guys?
For me, it's probably more in the nighttime than the daytime. I don't know if I have a specific time. It just comes whenever it comes. I think it's funny in the morning. I think in mornings I actually I process information better. I have a fresh mind. So if I have to read or do something like that, then like I would prefer to do anything that involves reading. I'd prefer to do that in the morning because I think I don't know. I can comprehend things better in the morning. Throughout later in the day, it gets harder. My mind gets foggy, muddy. And it's probably just fatigue and being tired throughout the day or whatever. But yeah, no, I think like a lot of creatives are like this, where we say, I think the nighttime is a time that we conjure things up, evening to nighttime. What about you?
Yeah, I've always like, you know, there's people like artists who are like, yo, I can only write songs in the morning. I'm like, is that even a thing? I always thought that
so weird.
We're just used to being more productive at night because that was the only time as kids or growing up that we had time to finally think for ourselves, you know. I'm like, I never grew up liking mornings. I never grew up thinking in the morning, basically, you know, until like lunchtime hit, you know. So it's like I feel like that's molded still in my head. Like that's why I like to kind of start my mornings and afternoons really light, and then just absorbing things, and then later in the night kind of actually getting any kind of work done. But yeah, like ideas can come at any time, but like I only feel like I can get work done at night. But yeah.
But if you've ever tried to do something takes a lot of brain power, something mentally stimulating in the morning, I find it a lot easier to do it.
Yeah.
If you try it, given you've gotten good sleep. See, that's another thing.
Yeah.
If you got 2 hours of sleep and you woke up and you're like fucking half asleep and your eyes are barely open, you're trying to read and try to write something or read. Yeah, it might be harder. Yeah. But if you've gotten good sleep, then
I mean, like I could do. People say like waking up and just like writing, like that's a good writing exercise for poets and stuff. They say do that because that's when your mind is fresh, and if you're coming off of dreams, you'd have like some fresh ideas. So I can write, but like if I were to have to like try and sit down and try and make a beat or like make a song, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do it in the morning. It just seems like too much effort, like.
I agree with the whole like reading and writing thing. Like for sure, I feel like that works out a lot better for me in most instances. Like even today, going back to that story that I wrote, she wanted to make some adjustments, and I typed that all out like this morning. I kind of just did it because it was minor changes. I was able to read through, process everything that she needed, just typed it up, and able to end our whole back and forth exchange about the story really quick, probably within like an hour or two. And yeah, I just I was also just reading some articles random. It's funny that you're talking about that. I was just reading as well this morning, just some articles just about stuff. And yeah, for sure. I agree with that statement. Like the processing is a lot easier to do, but that creativity and that extra brain boost that you get, that what did Jimmy Neutron get, yo? The brain blast?
The brain blast.
That extra brain blast, that pops up at like late nights, yo. Those Drake hours. The drizzy hours.
Scary hours.
Scary hours.
Yeah.
The
demon
scary
time.
hours.
The worst times. But kind of going which one was it? Going off of that, how do you guys what do you guys overall feel about like skits in music videos or even on mixtapes or albums and stuff like that? There's a few that I've heard that sometimes I fuck with more in the mixtape world. But personally, music videos and sometimes albums, I'm like, yo, bro, come on, let's cut to the chase,
Yeah.
What's an artist that does good skits? Let's think.
Consistently, like
like
I'm not checking for the skits consistently.
Thinking Kendrick does some good skits sometimes.
Yeah.
Jay-Z. Someone who doesn't is Drake.
Yeah, the Drake skits are
sometimes corny, man.
They're cringy, man, and it's just like at the end of the day, you're like, well, it's Drake, but that was
I always think back to like started from the bottom, like that skit. That shit annoyed me.
That one wasn't bad. The one that kills me is that the one with him and Chris Brown. That one,
the new one with the dance battle.
One. Yeah, that shit went on for too long, bro. I was like, okay, cool, funny. Drake's a loser.
And he
kept going and going and going and going, and I'm like, I'm here sitting there cringing, and I'm like, who really laughed at this?
You're laughing. You're supposed to laugh at Drake, but it's just cringy.
Yeah. It's really fucking cringy. Tory Lanez does them a lot for the Chicks tapes, but I don't fuck with them.
They're terrible, man. They're terrible. I'm sorry.
I want to say Lil B does some of the best ones.
Yeah.
And they're not really skits, but they're like more like fucking, I don't even know what to call them, but you could call it a skit. He does a little thing usually before or after or during one of his songs where he talks about like Task Force and Bitch Mob.
The baby recently is doing a lot of those as well.
Yeah, a few skits in his videos as well. The one that we reacted to wasn't bad. I just didn't care for it, you know what I mean? And I feel like actually my one critique for that was it went on for a little bit too long, because he was just messing with some news reporter and pouring water on his head.
Yeah.
I feel like the pouring of the water on the head, I've never seen so much water in a regular Nestle bottle.
Bro, he literally poured water on this reporter's head for like a minute and a half.
Like at least a minute. Yeah, like it was wild. And he was pouring a bunch of bottles on his head. And I'm just
before the song starts too. So you're like, is the song gonna start? Like,
I'm thinking about Africa. I'm thinking about a lot of places that need water right now. And this guy's just pouring it on some guy's head for a skit, for his music video. That isn't that funny. But maybe I'm just a hater. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just haters.
Yeah, is it like I can't no, I don't know if it's any one thing that's wrong. I think the problem is people don't understand how hard they are to do well, and
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
then they don't understand that if you don't do it perfectly, then it's gonna make the video just feel long. It's not gonna add something to it. Like it will hurt it if you don't do it perfectly. That's why it's such a people don't know the risk involved in it, and nobody tells
Exactly.
them that. Nobody ever tells them
Exactly.
like, yo, the skit was bad, you know? And I think
Yeah, nobody ever. I haven't seen many people comment on bad skits from
Mhm.
music videos or
Yeah, they don't
or
critique that. And
projects
it's
or
like,
music.
I think like a bad skit will literally ruin the video.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's not even technically part of the song. So you just sabotaged your own music video. Like,
Exactly. And I'm praying, and that's what I'm thinking. Like when I'm making that story for her, I'm thinking, shit, are people gonna fuck with this? 'Cause like
listen, if you
it
really,
feels a little basic, you know what I mean? So, but then I try to add my little twist to it, hopefully, and
yeah,
hopefully it's well received. If it's not, at least I tried. You know what I mean? Like I'll take my L with it, but at least at least I got my
and
first
and
skit thing out the way.
if it was bad, let's say, you would admit that it was bad though, because you would
Yeah,
at least know that, like, you would have the like the understanding of what good and bad skits are, right?
yeah,
Like
exactly,
that's the whole point at the end of the day, right?
exactly. I'm willing to take that as something that I learned from. So,
Yeah, and then
like,
just
I
by
look
like
forward to doing it.
yeah, and like knowing that you know what's bad about bad skits, that like
Yeah,
that's the thing, is like people don't know they don't know the difference between a good and a bad skit, right? Like you could show them a Kendrick or whatever, like a Kanye like Touch the Sky video or something. Like that's perfect, like that, like how that adds to that video,
yeah, exactly,
that because it was short and sweet, but like some of these other people, it's like it's so easy to be like, yo, why is this a minute and a half, you know?
exactly, man. Exactly. Why are we touching? Why is this whole music video like? I hate when I see a music video that's like touching like a short film time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
like this
Like,
better be cinematically pleasing, because this is if this is regular, I'm off this, bro.
and it just, for me, it just doesn't, I don't want to, okay, so I watch music videos a lot, and then I usually play them in the background, like a lot of people do. And when there's a skit and it breaks up the song, like you just don't want to watch the video
Facts.
anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep hearing
Facts.
the fucking skit over and over again. Like, you just want to play the song. And it keeps getting interrupted.
That happened to me yesterday, I believe. I can't remember
Yeah.
what song it was, but I knew I liked the video, but I knew there was a skit in it, and I was like, fuck it. I'll just play this shit on Spotify.
Yeah, just play it on Spotify or
Like,
the YouTube audio version or whatever.
Mhm.
So what was another one?
exactly.
One that was really annoying was the Oprah one. Fuck. The one
Oprah?
Lil Yachty and Drake.
Oh, yeah, that music video. I never
Yeah.
watched that video, but
It was
I do
by
remember
Director X,
hearing
actually.
that.
Yeah, it was like a Oprah skit, and Yachty was Oprah. He was dressed as a woman. Yeah. I see
Yeah.
Kevin shaking his head. He's just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was just kind of fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
It's also kind of jokes that like the next video that we have coming out is a 10-minute video.
Exactly. You know what I
A
mean?
2-minute song and an 8-minute skit.
But
we're
that's the
proving
thing.
we prove our point though. Yeah, we're proving our point.
I didn't even think about it, but yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's so funny.
Exactly.
We have a skit music video coming out. Just
It's
now.
a fat one too.
Like everything we said, like, yo, I hate when people make it to the point where it's a short. Like that's what we did. We actually.
That's
did
exactly what we did.
But
But
we're not
that one's
calling it-
good.
and we're not calling it a short film. That's
Yes,
the other.
exactly.
Oh, you're
It's
not.
just a video. It's just
No,
a video,
it's a
right?
music video.
It's just a music video,
Yeah.
and
Damn, we're
that
about to get
skit
hate.
is good.
Mhm.
That's the thing. That skit is good, and the reason why it's so good is because it's broken up between the song. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We get some music, we get some skit. We get some skit, we get some music. You know what I mean?
And like basically with the score, like it is musically driven the whole time anyway. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You feel like the whole time you are listening to the song.
That's the problem with Drake skits, is there's so much silence. I think that there's no music playing, and like there's just this dead silence for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and those. You know what video is it when he's shouting to the girl on the balcony? Is it the
Oh, In My Feelings.
It was
In My
that one,
Feelings?
right? Yeah.
It's the intro. Yeah.
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 Like
Was
it's
that
just so
the-
long, because there's so much silence in there too.
Was that the Degrassi one?
No,
Oh,
in my
that
feeling,
was-
that's
Oh wait, that's right.
That's
He's
I'm
trying to just go
upset.
to the girl's house, and then the girl's
Yeah,
mom
yeah, yeah.
kicks him out and shit.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, fuck, Scorpion had a lot of skits.
Yeah,
Jesus.
now that we look
In my
back at that-
feelings, I'm upset. I mean, like God's plan was like a whole ass skit in itself. Like, yeah.
Oh, we got our first, not really our first, but we got one of our first like replies in our YouTube discussion thingy
Sick.
on one of our podcasts, from episode 31.
Okay.
Just going because we're talking about Drake, anyways. I can't remember what we were exactly saying, but it had to do with, I'm guessing we were talking about Drake and views and something.
Oh, probably the view. Maybe Scorpion, like his albums and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Yeah.
So the guy commented, their name is Sam Soar. Shouts out you. Most of the good songs off of Views came out months before the album. Hotline Bling, One Dance, Controlla, and
Yeah.
Pop Style all came out before the album release. So when the album dropped, people heard half the good songs on it already.
Yeah.
Pop Style even got worse in the album version because he dropped the Kanye verse. True.
Yeah. And Controlla, he dropped the Popcorn verse.
Yeah. Yep. And so he says, I see why it doesn't get the same love as Drake's other albums.
You know what? That's a great point, actually, because that is exactly what happened. There were so many, like, I remember
I forgot
you just got cheesed when you saw Hotline Bling on the album, because you're like, yo, this is not, you know what I mean? Because it was like a year and a half old at that point, I think. So
facts. I forgot about that. But I guess maybe I'm just too much of an artist. When I see that, I kind of understand what it is, and I try to see it as a different experience still.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'll try to look at it as still, okay, this is your body of work, even though I have heard these songs. I get it. And a lot of the time that is disappointing. But even if I have heard these songs, I can still look at the body of work later on and still say, no, this was good shit.
Yeah.
Like even when they're ramming Hotline Bling down our throats and that Hold On, We're Going Home and shit like that. Those songs are so annoying, but they're good if you really just think about it. They're good songs at the end of the day.
You like them when they came out.
Yeah, I like them when they came out.
You hate them because you heard them 100,000 times. That's
exactly,
why.
but if I were to hear Hotline Bling or Hold On, We're Going Home now, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. That song is good. Like it's a good fucking track. You know what else is a good random track? Again, freestyling out here. I was just thinking, Man in the Mirror by Justin Timberlake, yo. That's a fucking hard song. Just random thought, because me and my girl were sitting on my porch today, and she was like, yo, guess what Justin Timberlake's like his top songs are that have grossed the most money, and shit like that. And Man in the Mirror was one of them, and I wasn't thinking that at all. Thank you. I wasn't thinking that at all. But if you really think about it, it's more poppy, you know what I mean? Probably more people listening to that, being run on the radio, blah, blah, blah. But now that I think about it, outside of how annoying it was in the moment, I'm like, yo, that song was pretty hard. Good track overall. Shouts out JT, bro.
Shouts out.
Oh wait, that track Mirrors, right? Is it Mirrors?
Is it Mirrors?
Mirrors? Yeah, that's what I. Man in the Mirrors.
Was it Mirrors?
Yeah, Man in the Mirror is the Michael Jackson song, right?
That's what.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Mirrors.
That's
Mirrors.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Okay, yeah. That track was hard.
Mirrors.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Mirrors. That track's hard.
Yeah, that track. Yeah. I remember I hated it like after like maybe 3 listens when it just came out, because I'm like, I'm sick of this already. But
if you really think about it, hello. Yeah, that's just hard, bro. Like
it's got that what goes around Crimea River. It's that
it kind of feels like old Justin, but just like a little bit newer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just hard. I was thinking about that today. I was like, yo, that's just crazy. That's a sick song, because you feel like, because sometimes I feel like JT kind of fell off with that suit and tie stuff, even though it was good. That stuff was a good album. That, what was it, the 30-30 or whatever, 2020 experience.
Yeah, I liked it. I just didn't listen to it as much.
Exactly. It was good music. It was good stuff. It just didn't feel the same because he had been gone for so long. So yeah, that song just kind of reminds you of old Justin, hot, doing his thing, bald,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear Scarlett Johansson's in your music video for what?
Yeah,
You know what I
Buzzcut
mean?
Justin was unstoppable.
Jeez. Crazy, bro. Unstoppable. Buzzcut Justin was a crazy Justin. That yo. And he was in movies and shit. He was doing movies.
Because technically he was Buzzcut Justin for Justified too. I just watched that Crimea River video the other day. You know how savage that was?
Bruh.
Like,
I'm
bro,
telling
like
you.
Britney Spears, like that was the craziest thing at that time. Like, and he
Bruh.
made that video like, I'm cheating on you. And
That
he
was
got
a
fake
sick
Britney
video.
too.
That was a sick video.
Yeah.
He might have been Future before Future in that moment. In that moment. Everything other than that is not supporting, but in that moment, because how you have the girl in the music video that looks exactly like her, you could have mistaked it for her.
Yeah.
Oh man, jeez. And I just love the colors in that music video. The rain was impeccable.
Yeah.
Yo, that's just crazy.
I just realized how much of a visual like that
Spectacle.
video is, yeah.
That's an amazing video. I'm gonna have to watch that shit when we pause this, when we take our break, but we'll pull that shit back up, man. This is hard. JT's sick, bro.
Should do like a retro video, watch too.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, like
we still have to do the one. We still have to do our. We can actually do it with the next video that we're dropping.
Yeah,
we could do like a podcast. We could talk about the whole music video, how we made it and shit.
Somebody with their exhaust there, eh?
Holy, I had to hit mute so hard just now, bro.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I've been hearing Bearman's burning rubber. They're just getting restless out here.
Yeah, man, because I think the streets are empty, and I'm like, no, bro, we're watching you.
It's cops, man, everywhere.
What was I saying before this guy snapped on me? Fuck. What was I saying?
Timberlake and
Timberlake.
Our video. Yeah, we need to watch.
Yes, we need to watch the new music video that we're dropping soon, and talk about the making of it and funny moments. Shit.
There's
like
a lot of funny moments.
We can do that on the pod, so that'll be lit.
We should do that for sure.
And for our other music videos that we've done, that'll be a good thing for us just to do here on the pod. It could be like an exclusive thing on the pod or something,
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. I'm not sure which topic you want to talk about next, but we saw. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it off, and I think it's interesting to see how Spotify is moving with their platform. So we just found out. Well, I don't know. Was it a couple days ago?
A couple days ago, but we're only finding this out now for the podcast. Shit.
I just read it recently. So like Joe Rogan, who a lot of people who listen to podcasts probably know Joe Rogan. I mean, I think we run a somewhat similar demographic on our pod. It was similar in the sense it's like a comedic podcast. Joe Rogan, one of the top podcasters on all platforms, signed an exclusive deal with Spotify recently. $100 million deal, they say, which is huge.
Per year.
Fat.
It's fat, yeah, because like podcasts, like only a few years ago, podcasts just started making lots of money. Like before that, podcasts didn't make shit.
This is amazing and fucked up in the same way. It's amazing for podcasts, amazing for Joe Rogan. Congrats. But this now shows the value in what your podcast can bring to a platform. You know what I mean? And for sure, we all know that Joe Rogan's probably been approached by Spotify, by Apple, by whoever. You know what I mean? Several times and over. So for this to get locked in such a big number attached to a fucking podcast where dudes are fucking just talking. It's just like this right now is it's pretty wild. The fucked up part about it is, the artists that they're taking this money from don't even get paid that much. You know what I mean? The artists that make money on Spotify are getting paid pennies for their music, but now Joe Rogan's whole platform on Spotify,
like $100 million,
getting $100 million. But that's another, this is something I took in as well.
I mean, I don't even know what his monthly listeners is, but
apparently he gets
it's millions.
Apparently he got 190 million downloads last month.
Holy fuck, 190 million?
Yeah, people download the podcast.
Yeah.
So he's able to track his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that does for you is that creates, what's the word I'm looking for? I use it all the time and I can't think of it. It creates, leverage.
Yeah.
Going into
that's exactly, he handed those numbers straight to Spotify and was like, yo, this is how much I'm worth if you want to be exclusive with me.
Sure, he didn't need to sign it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean? When you're able to create that leverage with numbers, it's perfect.
Yeah. He grew his platform to the point where,
because to get an exclusive with a podcast, think about it. It's like you're saying you're taking me off of Apple, YouTube, blah, 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 which are making the same amount of money for me across all these things. So you got to pay me basically 5 times as much money as I would be making normally. You know
exactly.
What
I mean? And you have to think about it. He has listeners that aren't on Spotify.
Yeah.
So now they know for a fact, no matter what, they're getting them on there. Because I think, and I don't know if one of you has the article open or not, but I think at a certain point, it gets moved from YouTube to Spotify. I think. I may be wrong. But they're also going to have a visual aspect to it on Spotify.
Because I was going to say, like, Joe Rogan is known, I think his number one platform is YouTube. So his video he's very been to visual podcasts. Like a lot of people watch it on YouTube. I do. So more than just listen.
And that's more numbers for leverage too.
Now I don't know if he has to give up YouTube because it's exclusive. Because like Joe, I don't know what
exclusive means, right? Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
I don't know
I think it's after a certain show. He has to then be exclusive on Spotify, or it's a certain year. I can't remember.
I don't know what the contract was, but because I'm thinking like Joe Budden still does YouTube, and he's on Spotify exclusive, right? So I was just thinking, but maybe he's not allowed to monetize on YouTube. He can post it, but maybe he's not allowed to monetize. I don't know. I don't know what the rule is, whatever they've signed, but I hope Joe Rogan keeps his YouTube channel because I think the majority of his viewers still watch it and listen versus just listen. But it going on Spotify is great too because I prefer Spotify over Apple Podcasts, even though I have both. I'd rather just listen on there because that's where everything is for me.
Yeah, that's my low-key goal for us. Like, if we can unlock in a fucking Spotify deal.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
That'd be lit, man. Something along those lines.
Some sort of exclusive. Or the Audio Mac. Audio Mac, hit us up.
Audio Mac.
Hit us up,
Hit us up.
We're verified on Audio Mac.
Yeah, we actually do numbers on Audio Mac.
We actually do. We do. A couple episodes ago, we got like 1,600.
Yeah, we get plays on Audio Mac. Because that's the one spot where there aren't many podcasts, and the people that run into our podcast, since we're like one of the only podcasts there, they just toss us on the fucking feature page.
Yeah,
and
sometimes
you can see us on like the explore page of Audio Mac on their website or the streaming app, and
it's true. Also, because we're verified, I think it helps a little.
Yeah.
Shout
out
out Audio Mac, yo. If you want to switch over to us.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
If any listeners want to switch over to Audio Mac, feel free to send them an email and us an email. Just CC us saying that you're moving over to Audio Mac.
Audio Mac is great, man. It's free, guys. Like, it's free.
Audio Mac I really like, and I feel like now we're talking shit, but I genuinely mean this.
No,
Audio Mac is like the new SoundCloud for me.
Yeah.
It's like a polished, good SoundCloud. You know what I mean? What SoundCloud wanted to kind of be. That's what Audio Mac is. They just don't have that much of a big audience yet, but soon enough.
Yeah.
For sure. I remember
Audio Mac.
I was in a shout out that Audio Mac contest, the stamped.
Oh yeah.
I was a finalist for, and
sick.
What was I gonna say about that?
Something.
I don't know, dog.
He was gonna say something.
Those blackouts, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, I know those ones.
Yeah.
What's happening to me all the time? I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate those mid-sentence ones because I was just
Bro,
about to
it's
say
like
it.
your brain just stopped working. Like
Yeah,
it's just
I
like
said,
you're up
"Fuck it."
here and it's like boom, your brain like you got wiped. Your mind got wiped. You're like
What the
Getting
fuck
your
was I
ass
trying to say
probed.
about that?
We'll give you a minute.
Alright.
We have 4 minutes, so it's
Yeah.
like
yeah.
you could think. And
You know,
I
we'll
was
cut
just
it.
gonna bring that up just to brag. I'm like, yo, I had an actual point about that shit.
Audio Mac. I'll try to help you. It was Audio Mac. It was
Yeah.
me saying the new
The
SoundCloud.
no, and I said I had the contest. I got
the contest.
Yeah, no.
Verification.
Yeah.
Join Audio Mac because of us.
Yeah, just keep saying that shit, bro.
Shit. And
Do
I
it.
don't know what else to tell you, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
don't think it
gone.
was that important. Yeah, it's gone.
Well, Audio Mac is important. So shouts to Audio Mac. Let us know if you need something, man. We're out here. We're trying to lock down anything.
For real.
I don't mean to sound desperate, but we're desperate.
Nah.
I'm just talking
I'm down
shit.
for a bag, yo. Send a bag. Come.
Right.
When the guy from Audio Mac messaged me to say like, hey, congrats, you're a finalist. I'm like, yo, thanks. Like, I really like your platform, and like it felt like I was being insincere when I said that, but I was trying to actually express that. I'm like, yo, I actually fuck with what you guys are doing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And again, we're not talking shit. It's just, it's just funny, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
But shout out to Audio Mac, bro. Audio Mac is actually sick.
Dude, it doesn't sound like it's coming from a genuine place, bro.
And it's just because this is so stupid, I'm just laughing. Yeah. But I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, you know what I mean? I mean it. I fuck with Audio Mac so much. They are what SoundCloud wanted to be, and that's why they're going to be successful in the future. Just because I don't know about them getting new artists on their platform, because they're not going to be able to move the SoundCloud dudes, I think, not all of them over. So hopefully
SoundCloud
for the new generation that happens.
SoundCloud, the SoundCloud rap is like in hip hop is still a thing, right?
It's still a thing, but it's not as popping anymore because the main dudes got popular. The ones that were always lit underground are popping now. We got Playboy Cardi, Uzi,
XXX, Tentacion, like all these people, like they blew up SoundCloud at that time a couple years ago.
They all
got kind of mellowed down a little bit.
Exactly. So they all got lit already. So the rest of them don't really need to be taken care of right now. But fuck them. Welcome back to the Lost and Talks podcast, the most lit podcast in the world.
Really?
I'm your host, Jamal.
Yo, Ian took a big hit, bro.
Yeah, yo. Yeah.
It's a fat hit, yo.
Yeah, yo. I can see those eyes, yo. Shit.
Nah, chill.
Every man's lit right now, eh? Anyways.
I mean, it's the Lost and Talks podcast, the most lit podcast.
The most lit podcast. That's why it had to be that, you know?
Yeah.
So we have an excuse to get lit and sound foolish.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Let's
We're professionals. We're professionals.
There's been some bad news in the news. I don't even know if you guys want to talk about it.
Wait, did we? Oh, yeah, never mind. We finished the Joe Rogan thing, but.
Yeah, let's just
we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, there's been bad news. I don't want to talk about it too long.
Yeah.
But I'm at a point. But I'm at a point where I have to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I'm just getting annoyed personally.
It's two, and it's funny because it's the two topics that I'm assuming you're thinking of. They've been beat to death for years. It's just I'm like so tired of talking about it and bringing it up. But it sucks because it keeps happening.
It keeps happening, and we're gonna touch on that quick. I just want to do my part and get what I have to say out because technically we have a platform. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and people listen even if we don't think they do and whatever.
You're right, yeah.
One day when mans are popping, when we fuck up, mans are gonna look through all the shit like they did for Doja Cat and then come back and see what we said. And I'd rather them see that we talked about it one time quick and, got it quick.
The Doja Cat shit was another thing too.
Anyways.
This was wild.
Let's get to the bad news. First, RIP Houdini, Toronto rapper. He was popping. Like, I fucked with Houdini. He wasn't my favorite guy, but I fucked with Houdini. He was doing his thing. He was killed the other day downtown, as per usual. Just
Dude, it's actually
Caught out
scary.
there.
It's
Yeah, man.
scary how similar his death was to Smoke Dog.
Yep.
Like in
Yep.
the same area too,
Yep.
like Peter Street,
Yep.
that area of Toronto, broad daylight,
Yep.
gun down.
Yep.
Bro, it was literally the same event.
It's
It was
crazy,
actually
man.
fucked.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. And again, we don't know all the street politics. We don't have to touch on that really. But it's just getting to a point now where me personally, as a creative and somebody that is in the hip hop scene and somebody that is just a creative in the city of Toronto, it's bad news because this is the type of shit that slows down the progression of the city. Simply, I understand there might be some shit on the back end that I don't know. You know what I mean? But again, we are not able to grow as a city because of, at the end of the day, nonsense.
Complete
And
nonsense, yeah.
it just sucks that we've had another talent gone now that was popping, getting to a place where, you know, he could be somebody bigger outside of the city, and now we no longer have that. And it was wild just to think that he was the one that got hit. He's one of those guys I wasn't thinking would have any issues or would be at least a bit better out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, his was unexpected, and I don't know the individual had what their plan was and what they expect, what the outcome of that would have been for them. But so, yeah, like I heard they arrested someone who's on. I don't know. This is just I heard they arrested someone that's under 18 for it, possibly. Yeah. So it's interesting, like it's someone that young, taking that another young man's life as well.
It's the gang culture. It's what it is, Sometimes you get the young boys to go out and get it, you know what I mean, and try and prove themselves.
That's what I thought, like some sort of like street cred or
it's a something. Lot of like there's I don't see back end stuff that we
who
don't
knows
understand.
Who knows?
We're not going to fully understand. And two other victims as well, not artists, so we didn't really get their names or anything like that, but RIP to them as well. Don't want to forget those guys. Yeah, it just kind of sucks. Like we're running out of artists to shoot videos for. Jesus. And it's dumb. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Or we're running out of artists to shoot videos for or be excited to shoot videos for. You know what I mean? I can't look at an artist and say, you know what, that's the next step I want to make. I want to shoot with Houdini now. I can't say that anymore. And it just kind of, it's annoying. It's annoying to know that people are just dropping because of just nonsense happening in the streets, jealousy, envy, hate,
whatever it might be.
It just sucks. And that's all I want to say about that. Last thing that sucks I can end it with this. There have been, as of recent, I should say, not even just the most recent one, but as of recent, there have been a lot of deaths in the Black community, whether that be police brutality or crazy white folks, not all white folks, crazy white folks that are, I don't know, just lost in a certain mindset or think, I don't know, man. They have old thoughts, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know.
They are,
yeah, they have old thoughts, but also the system allows them to kind of hold on to those thoughts.
Old way of thinking, and the system somewhat even rewards them for that, or doesn't punish them in any way.
Exactly. So as of recent, there was the passing of George Floyd. Video surfaced of him being arrested, handcuffed on the ground, and then a cop is resting his knee or kneeing him in the back of his neck or side of his neck, and the gentleman on the floor that is being arrested for possibly allegedly using a bad check, forgery.
It was like, I don't know if it was a check. I'm hearing he tried to use a fake 20, whatever.
Allegedly it was him or somebody that looked like him.
We don't even know if it was him.
That's what the crime was, for him to be arrested. And the person that was the officer that was kneeling into this man's neck killed him. he suffocated him. And after him and the people that were there at the crime scene watching what was going on, after them telling the officer he can't breathe, the man saying himself, I cannot breathe, he unfortunately passed and suffocated. And yeah, it just, for me, being a black guy, and I don't really talk on these things a lot, but I've gotten to the point now, like today, not today, but today I woke up and it just felt weird because even going back to the whole Houdini thing, yesterday, I think it was yesterday that happened. Yeah, yesterday when it happened, me being a black man, and this is normal to me, but to other people, this is not normal. There were 3 victims. One of them was 27. So me as a black man, I get calls every time shit like this happens. I get calls to see if I'm okay. It doesn't make me feel safe. You know what I mean? It doesn't make me feel like I can walk around out here and feel okay that I can go up the street and do this or do that, or that I can trust the police or the government. Like I wrote on Twitter yesterday, it's just like shit's crazy because you got to duck the cops, you got to duck your ops, and you got to duck COVID. So it's just like, it's fucking wild how all of this shit is all just happening all at once. And I'm just I don't feel safe. And it's getting to a point now where I need to speak on it because it almost gets me emotional because I'm seeing on a regular basis black men that are dying, whether they are guilty or not, dying over stupid shit. Just nonsense. And earlier in the week, I saw a video of a dude at a gas station get shot in his chest 3 times because he pulled into a gas station spot before a next loop. It's dumb shit, you know what I mean? And it's just really disappointing to see. It's disheartening as a black man to just have to see these types of things go on and know that my family is worried about me when I go out. I can't go out and my mom just says, have a good night. She has to say, be safe. If anything happens, contact me. This and that. You know what I mean? I've had people in my family pulled over, harassed by police. I have been harassed by police. It's just something that happens, and as normal as it is sometimes, I can't be desensitized to it anymore, So just wanted to speak on those things. Did you guys want to say anything?
Yeah, I think you have the most opinions on it compared to us, which is fine, and I understand that. And when I watched the video, you saw the video. It was really hard to watch, man. I did watch it, and
I have to. You have to watch those videos because this is what's happening in the world. You know what I mean? And as hard as it is to watch, you need to watch this shit because that's the only way it's going to ignite some type of fire in you to want some type of change. Like me seeing that video, it literally makes me think, I need to pull up. I want to go there. I want to be there with people, and I want to be chucking rocks at the fucking police right now. I don't know if the FBI is going to come after me, but that's what it feels like. It's like, I want to do some crazy shit to the cops. You know what I mean? I do want to riot. I do want to make sure that they understand that this is not cool. And I want to make sure that we put as much pressure on people as much as possible, but we're not organized. And I'll say this as a black man, the black community is not organized. And this is why they're able to get away with these certain things. We're not organized. We can't take care of our own issues with black on black crime. And we can't handle what's going on with the government because we are simply not organized, and that comes with time and more understanding.
But I mean, it's also like completely outmatched, though. Like,
it's outmatched completely,
yeah.
And obviously, we're years behind.
Yeah.
But it's something where I feel like we need to start really, as a community, focusing on taking care of each other, making sure we handle shit in our community, with our community, and not have any more outside sources involved because shit's just getting out of hand. And I don't want the cops pulling up and killing one of my friends by accident. Again, I'm not saying the cops are doing the shit on purpose. You know what I mean? It could be an accident, whatever. But it's just possible. It could be an accident, but I don't want a situation where my friends are dying because of nonsense. And I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of just sick of this. I don't feel good anymore. I don't feel like not the system wants me around. You know, it's just it's not a good feeling as a black guy, and it's kind of annoying. Other people don't fully understand it. Some people of other color do, but not everybody understands it. But it is something that I feel like people can try and relate to, and the only way they can relate to it is by watching these videos and seeing what's popping. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I really want to say on those two subject matters.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Yeah, that was it. So yeah, RIP to everybody lost as of recent, lost overall to police brutality and even just stupid nonsense. And yeah, that's where I would like to end on that. Next, let's get to good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Topics. We can talk about this one. I kind of wrote down. It was more like just an idea, but I was kind of thinking the importance of paying attention to entrepreneurs or just looking up to somebody that is successful so that you can learn from their mistakes and just the importance in that.
Okay. First, let's start with, who do you look up to? I'm just curious.
I really don't know. I look up to a few people. Some of them are like, I look up to certain people for certain reasons. One of my main ones that most people know is like Rick Ross. Just cool dude, boss. You know what I mean? I like the title of boss. Beard gang, big boy gang. So it's like that's how I relate with him, and just seeing what he's been able to do with music and business, alcohol, wings, being the big guy and still making money off of it is really cool. Who else? I don't know. Rick Ross is like one of my main ones. I look up to a lot of people. I can't think of
LeBron. You gonna say LeBron?
LeBron, not really. I don't look.
He's an
up
entrepreneur.
To LeBron.
He's an entrepreneur. You
don't look up to LeBron's cool, but it's like LeBron. I fuck with LeBron heavy, but I don't really look up to him. I don't think he's my generation's role model. You know what I mean? When it comes to ball, I feel like it's more of a Kobe.
Kobe, sure.
Kobe is more for us because again, we grew up with Kobe because Michael Jordan for us, we didn't really happen. We weren't really present, if you will. Consciously, but yeah, I feel like more of a Kobe, the Mamba mentality. R.I.P. Kobe. Always a good one. Who else? You tell me some. Let me think.
Drake is one for sure for me. More like a Elon Musk, Zuckerberg. The big ones that everyone knows, like a lot of those ones. I'm trying to think of like a more
somebody like Joe Budden to me as well.
Okay.
Just how he handles his business.
He's had a rocky carear. You know what I mean? Like
he's had a rocky career.
It's kind of up and down.
And that's what it is. Yeah, and that's the good thing about it. It's like you can learn from his mistakes. So a lot of the stupid shit that he was doing, and he gladly admits that he was fucking up a lot of his contracts, mainly out of emotion. But sometimes, yes, he was getting screwed over in some deals. But learning from him is cool, and learning through his podcast is great, just because they do talk about what's happening in the music industry, mostly transparently. Some things they can't talk about because it ruins relationships. But yeah, just seeing how he kind of maneuvers and how he's able to lock down good deals, lock down the Spotify deal, lock down Everyday Struggle. Then after that, move on to his next show with Diddy, and he's doing stuff with Diddy and stuff now too. So it's really cool.
Do you think Joe Budden is at the top of his career right now? Or
yes.
You think so?
He's in the prime of his career right now.
Prime, yeah.
I would say the last 2 years or so have been, I want to say year. Let's say year has been a really good year for him. Love and Hip Hop as well. Even though you think Love and Hip Hop stupid, that's bank, that's money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of people became famous off that show.
Exactly. Cardi
A
B.
lot of people. Cardi B is technically one of them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Joe Budden definitely for sure, because that's somebody that I can look up to where you recognize his mistakes and you try to do what he didn't do. And he talks about what you should do a lot in the podcast because he has experience in fucking up a lot. So
Joe
yeah, he's
Budden's
another one.
he's so real. He's one of the realest
Yeah,
people,
sure.
from what I can tell. What was I gonna say on him? Actually, well, I was gonna say another entrepreneur. Actually, yeah, I got Gary V, man. I got to do it to Gary V. And at least recently.
Yeah.
You know, I
I thought you were
think
gonna say
Gary,
that first. Oh.
huh?
I thought
Surprised I
you were
didn't
gonna
say that first.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, like Gary V is interesting because Gary V's content is only so good for so long, and then it kind of becomes repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost find myself consuming a ton of his shit and then just taking a break. Like I won't watch anything. And I'm going through that right now. Like I haven't watched a single Gary V video in like fucking like 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks. So it's just, yeah, I find his content like too much. It's kind of like, okay, we get it, like hustle and work harder and blah blah blah, and then you kind of just you say, okay, forget it, and then you eventually you go back to him for a little bit, you know, when you need it, when you need that like motivational boost, you know, maybe when you're lacking it, you feel like you might want to go back.
Another one for me, DJ Academics. I fuck with him.
Yeah,
he's a little corny,
controversial as fuck, to be
controversial,
honest. Yeah,
but he's made a name for himself doing basically what he wants to do. He created this whole I want to say he's
the founding of this hip hop commentary
the
news
commentary
channel,
blog,
you know,
type of thingy, you know what I mean, where now it's more of an Instagram thing, you know what I mean. And he was doing this stuff on YouTube, and the way his video style was, I 100% give him the whole fucking moving pictures while he just talks, you know what I mean? Like
I always
created that.
Dude, I actually hated that.
I hated it at first.
I hated it when I first watched his shit, like back earlier, right?
Yeah.
I was like, why is he doing this? Like, why isn't he just? I was so used to people showing their face, you know what I mean? But he never showed his face. I was like, okay. But then I thought these GIFs were just so weird, how they just kept repeating like the same 5 GIF loop. I was like, okay, but he turned that like weird, kind of low, shitty quality style into like his thing, and then it worked. And he's still fucking doing that now. Everyone knows what he looks like. He could literally turn on the webcam and talk, but he still does those videos with the GIFs, and he hasn't changed that. So I thought that was really cool.
And he's been able to collect some really big heavy bags off of this. He's
Complex.
He has his show on Complex, which again we all know is not the same since Joe Budden left, but still it's a bag. And that's still something that, you know, not a lot of people are able to do, and he was able to finesse. So that's sick. He has his whole Twitch stream, his gang, his chat niggas, that's what he calls them. And they spam scorpion emojis in Drake's comments and shit. So like just being able to have a community that he's created by himself is that's the part and the aspect of him that I look up to. Being able to create a cool group of people and create a community and take it to not only his platform, but to the rest of the internet and socials in the world.
Does Kevin have any?
Nah, I literally didn't think of any.
And I'm dead. I'm like, okay, it's Kevin's turn.
Yeah, I kept talking to him like, okay, does Kevin need a minute? Like, like, nah, fuck everyone.
Nah, I'm not answering the question. Fuck it.
He's like Lucifer.
Yeah.
So none?
I don't know.
Don't worry.
It's weird. Like I have the people that I look to, who I know who are like a couple years ahead of me, like in the local Toronto scene, and then I have the people who I know are like 10 years away from where I want to be, and then I have like people who are 20 years.
Yeah, facts.
It's never like completely exact. It's just like taking little bits of what they've done, you know. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah. That's good because you never want to just focus on one person and be like,
Yeah, it's never
this
somebody
is who
on
I
a
want to
whole.
be. Like, I want to be
Yeah.
fucking Gary V. No, you don't. Like, you want to be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, but you want to maybe
Exactly.
accomplish similar goals, you know. So
Exactly.
that's a good way. That's a good way of doing it.
That's when people like break down when like something bad happens to their idol and like they're like, you know, they're lost because basically they worship that person like a god, right? And it's like, it's like finding out, you know, your god was a scumbag, and that's what happens most of these times, right? And
exactly. And I hate to be corny and cute, but even so, I look up to you guys, look up to our friends, look up to you know, other people like in our circle. Like there's something about everybody that I could point out that I like, that I wish or I want to be like, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I have you guys around so that I can learn from what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. The Mandem, I look up to everybody else too.
See, that's like a great way of putting, like, people sometimes I think saying like, who do you look up to? Like, it's this, you know, who do you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and be like, I wish I had your life? No, it's just like, who do you look and admire things that they've done and be like, you know, and you start to want to learn like how they got there, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then, you kind of want to, go ahead.
No, it's funny. You said you start to wonder how they got there. And then you find out that the way they got there is complete bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's like, fuck. And then we go back to one of our number one rules: never meet your idols.
Yeah, exactly. Keep them at bay. Just look at them, admire them. You know, admire them from afar.
Because you're gonna end up being, you'll be disappointed. Most likely, or not every time,
unless
but you know what I mean.
Unless you are aware of this, and we are aware of this, that everything is bullshit. Like nobody
exactly. True. Unless you go into it like, you know what, this person might not be who I think they are, so let me just experience this thing.
I wonder what the perspective is for the other person, like person that is thinking, oh, everyone's perceiving me this way, and I'm not this way. And that puts a lot of pressure on them to be like, fuck, I have to be the way people think I am.
I feel like all of us kind of feel that, though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there are certain people that kind of look up to you in a certain way, and you're like, yo, I'm shit. Like,
that's why, like, we get weirded out when people
a shitty guy.
Know us, you know? Like, we get sometimes when you're not used to, you get weirded out by someone who's a fan of you. You're like, oh, fuck. Now,
it's kind of weird.
The person perceives me as something I'm not used to.
Yeah.
And it's like fake in a way because you don't know me.
Because you don't know me, and I get that a lot because people fuck with me and they're like, yo, Jamal, like, you're so fucking, like, you're just cool, like, you're just a cool guy. And I'm like, thanks. But they just talk about me so much, like, I wish I could be like you, like, I wish I could just have your demeanor about like stuff, and
I want your life,
your chillness, like, you just seem so creative. And I'm like, I don't do shit really. Like, if I get a client, then like, you know what I mean? But in between, like, man's just sitting in Ian's basement and fucking around, playing Adult Swim videos and shit like that. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
true. We're doing hard work, man. Trust.
We're doing hard work, but it's just like, I'm not really on the ball as much as you think I am. Like, I'm not as cool as you make me seem, you know? But people are like, yo, like, you're genuinely like the coolest guy I know. And I'm like, fuck, like, so I have to go around. I'm like, yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up? I'm cool. Like, you have to cool now you have to pretend like you're this badass person that this person thinks you are.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm just like pissed at them. I'm like, yeah, you're fucking annoying. But I'm like, no, but you think I'm cool, so just shut my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks being famous.
It does, realistically. Like, I
mean, realistically, it does though.
The more I think about it, like, I actually think about it a all now, and I'm like, yo, I don't want this. Like, I don't want fame, man. I love anonymity. Yeah, like,
yeah, man. Fuck, man. Again, like I was saying, like, max I'm trying to do is like Maul from fucking Joe Budden podcast, like
that level of fame.
Podcast, that's the exact amount of fame.
That's a nice level of fame, right? That's like
see me on the pod. That's it.
It's a nice level of fame where your fame is making you enough money to live and you're living well. but
And
you
you're
don't
living
go to the
alone.
mall and get swarmed by everybody. So you want somewhere in
Exactly.
between. You know what I mean? Somewhere in between.
Exactly. And
Even,
you'll see me out with Amanda. You'll see me in the background though. Like I'm in the back, hopping out the car still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not taking me in. I'm still a little blurred, but you're like, oh no, that's Jamal's like hat or whatever. You know what I mean? That's all I want. That's it. Just know I'm at the places that everybody else is at, but just you didn't see me. You know? That's all I want. And the money, but not to sound like
no shit.
an asshole, but money does bring you happiness.
It does to I think
to an extent.
We have had this convo. There's a certain number, and then you get above it, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly.
You know, yeah.
As long as we've had this conversation, as long as mans are able to tell our moms, yo, we're good. Yeah. That's all that matters, you know? That's all I need to be able to do. And be anonymous as much as possible.
Yeah, like I can't imagine why somebody would actually enjoy not being able to go out without being, I guess, you know, attention. I mean, it's an attention thing, but I don't know.
I feel like it's a thing about your maturity.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's this guy that me and Zach went to high school with. He was once one of our close friends, but then we found out he's a fucking snake. And that's the worst feeling when you find out a man's a snake. But anyways, that's for another day. But that was one of his things. He was like, no matter what in the world, I am going to be famous. And it got to a point where it got to his head, literally. He went crazy and he became like obsessed with becoming famous. So he's a director now. He does good stuff, good looking stuff, and he's recognized as this young talent, but still I look at him as very immature, because even to this day I see posts where he continues to say, I'm going to be famous, but I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be rich. Like,
not that important, bro.
Exactly. Like, you and your fame, it's not as important as you think it is. I feel like what some people do is they mix up fame with the success and the wealth and stuff like that, which is totally fine. But at a certain point, you have to understand the difference. Fame is one thing. Being wealthy and being fine and happy is the next, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot easier to sorry to cut you off. Like, I think it's easier to understand how fame, because we can quantify fame so much easier than we have ever been able to now, because it just comes down to how many Instagram followers you have, you know? So it's like, and we all know that at the end of the day, that never means anything, but it is a currency. Obviously, we all do talk about that, but like at the end of the day, somebody who has like 5 million followers, if they're actually going through something, that's not going to actually help them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was just going to say, there's lots of examples of people who are famous but are not comfortable or wealthy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All those washed up old childhood stars and stuff like that. Like, they're famous, like people know them. You know, they probably have lots of followers, but doesn't mean they're wealthy and happy and whatever, you know, they're not.
Their life was peak when they were like 12 to 15, and then their life has been a shithole ever since. Like, would you want to live the next 50 years of your life? And the best time of your life was when you're like fucking 6, bro. Like,
you couldn't even kang, you know?
Yeah. Like the kid from Home Alone, you know, who's now an adult. Like, he's an example, you know, like everyone knows him. Like,
he's an interesting example. Have you heard him? Like, what was he on the Joe Budden podcast? I can't remember. He was on something. He did some type of interview, and they were like, "Yo," they were like talking to him, and they're like, "It's weird how normal you are." And he's like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "I recognize that I don't have to do anything for the rest of my life because of two movies, pretty much."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, I'm just living life, man." He's like, "I've had my fuck ups, like, but I'm chill now." So
yeah. I was gonna say, cool. He came back around, and like I think he got better now, but he was going through it like basically after like that late 90s and 2000s, and
he was just saying, he was like, yeah, man, he was just like, I was trying to figure out life, like, when you're a child star and I don't have to do anything anymore. He's like, I didn't live a normal life, you know. So it's just like, it's completely understandable. Right? When people kind of go off the rails like that, when you are a child star, it makes sense, just because you didn't really have a childhood. You know, you kind of got thrusted into this thing, and now you're a teenager or an adult. And you're like, fuck, life's real.
I remember seeing on Twitter, I think there was a quote from Andre 3000 where he said something like, you know, whenever you pop off, that you that's the level of maturity that you stay at, or you know, that's the perception that people are going to keep you at. And he's like, he popped off when he was 17, you know, and it's like, how do you live a normal life after that? Even just, you know, even just a 17, right? Like,
that's facts. Like, even I hate to bring her up, but like, you think about somebody like Bad Baby. Yeah. She's grown up since. She still has problems. She still gets a little ratchet, but she's mostly quiet. You know what I mean? It's true. But people still, if you see a picture of her, or if there's anything that pops up about her, all you think about is that 14-year-old girl that was yelling on Dr. Phil.
Yes,
that was because that was her peak. Yeah, exactly. That was her peak. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now she's caked. She has her own show, blah, blah, blah. But you could tell that she's kind of matured. She's still growing up. She's still just a kid. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Crazy.
How old is she now again?
I think she's 17.
17 now, yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, I feel like she's been around for like, what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, you'd swear she's like 20 years old.
She's a vet and she's 17. Like,
yeah, she's a vet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. That's how I felt like with some rappers. You know, when you start taking in like fucking Chief Keef's age, you're like, oh yeah, like you're not like the same age as me. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, shit.
He's still like, how old is he? 23.
Let me check. I think he's like 23.
Yeah.
Is he 25?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, I'm like, dude's only. He's
but
just.
Remember, he's like
24, bro.
Yeah, and that came up in 2012, like.
Yeah, man. He's been rich since he was like, not rich, I should say, but he's been on since he was like 16.
Yeah.
15, 16. It's crazy.
So many, and he's just like most people are just getting started at that age.
Exactly.
Like even those super talented people are starting at that age.
That's when me and Kevin were wishing, we're like, fuck, I wish we rapped in grade like 9 at least.
Mm-hmm. It would have. Yeah, maybe sped things up, you think? Or I don't know.
It would have, but like,
yeah.
That's the thing is like, I don't regret it now because I don't know where we would have been, and I don't know if
you can't make that decision back then. You know how the fuck do you know?
Exactly.
You don't fucking know.
And that's why we appreciate the long game that we've been playing, just because it's like I've learned so much more, and again, I feel like I can go into places and have more leverage, or at least tell you why I believe I have the leverage. You know what I mean? So I feel like the long game's sick. Popping off at a young age is, again, overrated. Being famous is not what you really want. It's overrated as well.
It's a very new thing, this idea that, like, being attracted to this fame at a young age, like, you know, the people that we used to hold in high regard back in the day were, like, these composers. And, I mean, yeah, you know, you had, like, your Mozarts who were famous when they were 6 years old and stuff. But, like, it was people who were, like, 50, 60. You know, they're in the peak of their creative mind, because you need to cultivate your artistic career over like 30, 40 years. But back in the day, I mean, you know, now with music, it's a little harder to stay relevant in something like hip hop, for example, over 40 years, because it hasn't even been around for 40 years, you know. But like other styles of music, like you need 40 years of your life to actually become a master at it, you know.
It's just the internet.
Yeah,
the internet is, I think, the number one reason why I think that's happening.
Yeah.
Cut the attention span. You're able to, if you blow up, you are seen by masses. You know, think about before the internet. How did millions of people see someone? How? You know, you can't even think about how. Like it was on like
TV,
tour. It was classic touring. You know, and TV and stuff like that.
Or public appearances.
Now, literally, a nobody, like yesterday, can become a somebody and much more the next day. You know, it's insane.
Yeah, like on Snapchat, sometimes when I go on and you know how they have the popular stories, it's like, we can't stop watching whatever that D'Amelio's TikToks. I'm like, bro, why are you watching a 15-year-old? Like, what are you guys doing?
That's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't. Just quick comment on that.
If you're a kid, that's fine. Like,
they're not even entertaining.
If you're like a teenager or something, or like, you know, if you're whatever, that's the demographic. But if you're an adult watching this shit, bro, like, come on.
I will admit this. I fuck with Bad Baby mainly just because I don't mind the music. I don't like it. But I fuck with who she's fucking with, and I fuck with what she's doing overall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'll support, but I'm not in the comments. Hey,
Well, you better not be
in the bikini pic. You know what I mean?
Nah, chill.
I'm ducking those posts. I'm like,
that's a gel bait, bro. Get out. Shit. Those are scary, yo.
I'm chucking my phone. I'm like, yo.
There's still mans in her comments that don't give a fuck, yo. People who are verified, bro, are like, yo, what up, ma? Like,
bro, I hate to be a snitch. I don't know if I'm a snitching. I think she's fucking young. I think she's fucking young bands. So I'm like,
yeah. Isn't he like 22 or something? 21.
I understand they're close in age. I think he's like 20. I understand they're close in age, but bro, it's illegal. You're a rapper. You can't be doing this. This is not a Tyga and Kylie situation. You know, they had money. They had actual money. She doesn't have that much. You know what I mean? She has a bit. She's rich, but she's not wealthy. You know?
Yeah.
You can't get away with it. That's wild to me. And mans are in the comments like, yo, what's good? Can't wait. I'm like,
and they were roasting Tyga and Kylie too. Like,
they were. I remember
that Frank Ocean meme. Like, I remember that one.
Yeah, yo, I remember all of that.
Or wait, that was Big Sean and Ariana Grande.
Big Sean, yeah.
It was both of them, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy. But I don't know. Let's talk with the stuff with the underage talk side. Anyways,
okay.
I wanted to ask you guys a quick question. I already have the answer for this personally. I just wanted to see what you guys would say and if you could think about it that fast. Don't think about this quick. Who is the coolest white guy?
What are you? You're funny.
I'm dead serious.
Like,
what is who is the coolest white guy?
We can do dead or alive.
I mean, that's hard because I guess it's hard with the older people. Like, you don't know how they actually.
We can do a dead and alive.
Sure. Okay.
Or you can just choose one. Coolest I already have my answer.
White people.
Coolest white person.
Person. Yeah.
If you need mine, I can give it to you for some inspiration.
Off the top of my head, is Keanu Reeves white or is he like Asian?
I think he's white.
No, is he Asian?
He might be like a mix-up or something.
I'll double check because he does look like he could be.
That's funny. I don't think he's Asian. Like 100%.
I forgot he's Canadian. Holy shit.
Oh,
yeah.
True.
Toronto. Shit.
Yeah, he just seems like when you see those pictures of him like just on the subway.
Yeah,
he just seems like a
white
guy. Yeah.
Okay, sick. Yeah. That's sick. Keanu Reeves.
Off the top of my head. Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
I fuck with Keanu.
Yeah.
How about you, Ian?
Dude, I don't even have one at the moment.
You let me know. I can go for you.
Which is interesting.
I can get mine in.
I mean, it's either go ahead. What's yours?
Tony Hawk.
Tony. Oh, he was just on Joe Rogan actually.
I didn't even see that.
I think he was
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin's lit.
Rick Rubin. True.
Tony Hawk for me because I'm just like, I don't know, man. I feel like black people love him. Like Tony Hawk has just been like, even as a black guy, I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skaters.
Tony Hawk's pretty sick. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I think every boy growing up like around that time wanted to.
Yeah, kind of
be like
Tony Hawk.
Like a lot of boys wanted to be someone like that, you know.
The 900.
Yeah.
I saw a video where he did it again. He's 49 or 48 now.
Mm-hmm.
He did it again, and I'm just like, man.
He's still making moves now.
Tony Hawk is sick, man.
Like on Joe Rogan, he's like, yeah, I just made like a new move like last week. I'm like,
it's crazy.
I'm like, okay. He's still making up moves, like, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Come on, Ian. These are your people, man.
I know, right? It's kind of weird.
You should have a list, yo. You should
I feel like I should. It's definitely there's like an actor. Like the answer is coolest. Like who's cool?
Yeah, just cool. Just like
De Niro. De Niro's fucking.
De Niro. Okay.
De Niro's cool.
Yeah. True. I like
Seinfeld's cool.
Like Elon Musk is cool, but not cool. But I like him. Like I think
I get you. I think
he's cool for his own for what he does because this guy's trying to go to Mars and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feel you.
Like whose goal is to go to Mars?
Yeah,
Like
no,
that's just and
that's
and
what-
actually he's making it happen.
doing it. Yeah, and
Making it
actually
happen. You know,
with
it's
the
actually
science
like crazy.
and the technology and the proof. You know, I agree.
Yeah.
Elon's sick. He's kind of weird. But,
He's a weirdo. Like,
but he's that weird white
but-
guy that you're like, yo, I fuck with that.
yeah, like
I
he
fuck
was
with
the
it.
weirdo in school, but like people were like, okay, this guy might end up being like
Like he might shoot the school.
famous as fuck.
So you're friends with him because of that.
You're
Look at this guy. He's like, this guy's gonna have to bleep that out. It's like,
He's so evil, yo. He might shoot up the school. Nah. Yeah, he's odd. He's an odd one. He's odd.
yeah,
odd guy.
No, but he's cool.
Even in his 50s or whatever, or
Yeah.
almost 50.
Oh, I'll give Zach's answer, Jim Carrey. Which
Jim
I
Carrey.
I
Don't
fuck
kill
with
me.
Jim Carrey too, so you know. What
I fuck with Jim Carrey. Yeah,
Shout out Scarborough, bro. He used to live right there, yo. Like,
yeah, that's wild though.
Yeah.
Scrabble man too.
yeah.
Who
But again, he's
else?
another one who's like he's weird, but he's cool though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
As annoying as he is, Max Kellerman.
yeah,
He's all right. You know,
yeah.
he's annoying. He's stupid. A lot
But he
of the
comes
time.
with when he comes with the points, like
When it comes to the points,
yeah, you're like, all
I'm
right.
like, Max, you got me, buddy.
Yeah,
You got me. And he used to rap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. Have you never seen that shit?
I don't think so.
Oh shit! I'll send you guys the link later. 'Cause that shit's hard. Yeah, man. He used to rap. Max Kellerman used to rap. Was there anybody else? I think I had one more, but I can't remember now. Cool white guy.
Cool white guy.
Like, you know, I hate to do this whole Twitter thing, but you know, you could invite them to the cookout. You know,
Mhm.
Dylan.
Yeah,
What
You
you
know, they got a
What you
little. You know.
yeah.
Eminem.
Nah, whack.
Whack.
Eminem's
Not now,
whack.
but maybe before.
Yeah, I'd rather
Whack.
invite Yellow Wolf, bro.
Yeah.
Gee, yo, chill.
Yeah.
Nah. Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf and Fifi Dobson pull up. I'm happy.
It's in Yellow Wolf.
Yeah, that's facts. Yellow Wolf before Eminem.
G Easy. He's cool.
Again, yeah, Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf first. Yellow Wolf can pull up anytime, bro.
Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf would be, yeah, for sure. I feel like I had another one.
Oh, Leo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Caprio, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty dope.
Leo for sure. Dirk
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nowitzki.
Fuck. Shout out Dirk, bro.
Luca can get it just because he's the new Dirk, technically,
Yeah.
you know. He's the new white man. He's sick. But yeah, you know.
You know Larry Bird, the original white man.
Larry.
like-
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
The OG white man.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, yeah.
Oh, the original. Everybody loves Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Larry Bird's a great guy. But yeah, I know. I just wanted you guys to think about your favorite white people because Ian, I'm gonna say this. I know it's tough sometimes. We don't recognize this, and this is gonna be crazy. We don't recognize this, but us people of color, as much as your race is fucked with us, we don't let up a little bit on the people that weren't involved. You know what I mean? So, I just want to shout out some guys. Because you know the white folks, they're not all bad. You know, Ian's not bad.
It's not as memorable sometimes.
Don't fucking kill me, yeah.
Like it was harder for me to think about it. It was harder for me to think
I feel you.
on this one,
Yeah,
which is
it's a
interesting.
hard one. Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's cool. He's kind of a nut, but yeah.
He's kind of a nut, but again, like I feel like I want to hear Joe Rogan speak.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
like,
if I needed DMT, I'm probably gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
DMT.
Joe.
Have you tried
Yeah.
DMT?
What's up, Joe?
Yo, it's funny. Just quick on Joe Rogan. I was just watching a bunch of Joe Rogan argument compilations, and they're just so interesting to me.
Yeah,
He rarely argues with his guests, but when he does, it's some heated shit.
Yeah, he always gets heated. When I do see the
Yeah.
arguments, it's really heated.
He gets heated, like he starts insulting the guest, and
Yeah,
he kind of snaps.
some of them are his friends, which is funny to watch. Too.
Yeah.
But
He called this one guest a fuck face. I was like,
Don't
dude,
fucking kill me.
chill. He's like, yeah, you're a fuck face. Like,
Yo, we need to do that, yo. We need to get
Get somebody on and just roast them.
Yeah.
We should get Tamir back on and just roast him for no reason. And he's like, "Yo, what? Like, are we good?" Like, yeah, man.
It's like I didn't come here get insulted. Like,
bro, you guys loved my project last week. What the? That'd be
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, he gets heated. Anyways, it's always about marijuana or something.
Yeah.
Or
exactly. Or mushrooms.
It's usually like some liberal conversation about whatever. Yeah.
So I just ordered. I was like, yo, let me just treat myself. I ordered burrito boys.
Say a word. Right on the pod, eh?
Yeah, leave your order.
It'd be funny if the Uber comes.
Yeah,
the Uber's about to come. Hold on.
The Uber comes during the pod.
The Uber's coming up right now.
Let's see.
Should I stand? I don't know. I'm not gonna stand up. I want them to walk over.
Did you put meat at door or?
I said leave at
door. Yeah.
We got some burrito boys. We got the chicken burrito.
What you get? Chicken
burrito. And I also got some chips. Chips with dip. Just felt like treating myself.
Yeah, that's a treat.
A little one too.
Speaking of chips and dip, last year.
Oh shit!
The Raptors. Think about where we were last year.
That's wild.
Up. Yeah.
We were celebrating. We were running through the streets.
And look where we are now.
Back at home.
That was the most people I've ever seen in my life.
Shit like this would happen to the Raptors.
Well, where were you guys when they won?
I was at home. Was I home? Yeah, I was at home. I was chilling. Who was I with? I was with Blurda. I was with Blurda and her brother, I believe. And because I was expecting it to go to end game 5, but it didn't. So I was with my girl game 5, hoping that was going to be it. But then she wasn't able to pull up for game 6. So it was just, me, Blurt, and Arb.
That game 5 subway home was rough, yo. Not only was it packed as fuck, but it was like, oh god, yo.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking wild.
And then also because in our head, we were all like, yo, we got to go do this again, like 2 days from now. Like, my voice, I knew my voice was going to be done the next day.
Stressful, yo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stressful.
But they're here. I'm going to fake this whole interaction, make it seem I didn't see that they're pulling it. So we'll see. 1 second. Just give it a second.
Hey.
Yeah. We're talking da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
First time ever.
Went to the wrong house. Yeah, he's at the wrong house right now. He's next door.
That's jokes.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a burrito?
Want to interrupt your session?
No problem, brother. I'm doing a podcast.
That's awesome.
I'm doing a podcast. I had to take it outside today. Yeah.
Sick.
Thank you, sir.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it. You want to say what's up?
That's all. That's all you. Yeah, I just delivered the food to this guy.
Hey, shouts out the boy.
Guys.
Hey.
Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, man, have a good night. Thank you. Stay safe out there, man.
Shout out Uber Eats, man. Shout out all the delivery men.
Yeah, yo.
All the
They keep
restaurants.
don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
Pay them more, yo. Or tip them.
Even though Uber Eats is robbing the restaurants, but
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Like the quick comment on the Uber, the way Uber Eats works, no one makes money, and I don't understand how it's lasting as long as it is. But Uber doesn't make money, the restaurant doesn't make money, and the drivers barely make money. Yeah. So like,
the guy's right there.
He's gone now.
We should have brought him back just to like hear that.
I'm gonna raise his tip, yo, because.
No, I hope he didn't hear that, but. Yeah. He knows it's true.
He didn't hear it.
I just didn't want to. That's kind of insensitive. If he was there.
That's cool. Like quick guest, yo.
That's awesome. And it was a white guy too.
Hey.
Cool white guy, man.
That was a cool white guy, bro.
Yeah. That's a cool one. Yeah, that's one of the cool ones. Oh man. But yo, let's end this here so I can mash this up. Thanks for listening to the Lost and Talks podcast today. Appreciate it. Episode 35, right? We're kind of flying through these still.
I mean, pretty soon it's gonna be a year.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I was gonna say, what are we
September,
saying?
it's a year.
September's a year?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So 17 episodes or whatever, right?
Yeah. So that'll be lit. yeah, we'll get lit for that one especially. Well, by that time we'll most likely be back together. Obviously,
Yeah, we will. For sure.
We'll probably be back together soon within the next couple weeks.
Couple more, like
maybe episode 2 or like we'll be back together. So.
Like 2 more. You mean?
Yeah, like 2 episodes.
Yeah, you make the call, man. Like we could do it soon.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. Thanks for listening, guys. Shouts out the Uber dude and all the cool white people. RIP all of the black people recently, whether that be through police brutality or black on black crime or gang violence or whatever. RIP them. RIP Kobe, Pop Smoke, Gianna. Shouts out Ian, Kevin. I look up to you guys.
Thank you. Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on shit. And yeah, I think that's it. Deuces.
Thank you.